What would happen if Eren Yeager was able to achieve his goal of wiping out humanity and completing the rumbling? In the year 854, over the course of 4 days, Eren's rumbling brought about the complete destruction of the nations around the world, in which 80% of all human life on the planet was erased. The rumbling was stopped prematurely, but if it didn't, how would the ending of Attack on Titan be changed? Well, the first few changes that would occur are the execution of Eren's reasoning as to why he decided to kill everyone. This is all connected to his own words in chapter 133, as Eren suggests that peace and freedom are often at odds with each other. When people have the freedom to pursue their desires, conflict is likely to arise, as those desires may clash with each other. To ensure lasting peace, it is necessary to take away the power of those with oppressing desires to fulfill them, which is a form of oppression. Eren realized this and acknowledges that he is robbing the rest of the world of their freedom in order to achieve his vision of peace. And remember, he admitted in chapter 121 he has no problem in doing so, as he has always been this way since birth. However, of course, this comes at the cost of oppressing the others, which is necessary for ensuring the unchallenged freedom for his people. As a result, Eren grants peace and freedom to his loved ones at the expense of the rest of the world, but he allows them the right to challenge his freedom and fight back in chapter 133. He believes that fighting is a natural consequence of freedom and encourages it. That's why Eren states he will not leave the future of Paradise to fate. On the other hand, there may be a way out, as Kiyomi suggests, by respecting others as life forms equally worthy of both peace and freedom, rather than viewing them only in terms of what one can gain or lose from them. But it's not like Eren didn't know the humanity of his victims, as he saved Ramsay and Halil, even crying for them, saying he's sorry for what's to come. He still made his decision to pursue his vision of peace at all costs and ignored Armin, Mikasa and all his friends' pleas in chapter 133, where they asked to come to a non-aggression pact and admitting that they were wrong. Now, as a result of Eren surviving and completing the rumbling, Ymir Fritz's entire story arc would change in the last 2 chapters. Therefore, the ending would be drastically different in the implication of her character. Instead of clinging to her love for King Fritz, she would instead be pursuing freedom just like Eren was. In chapter 139, it is stated that Ymir needed to relive her past through Mikasa to achieve a different result, where she would force Mikasa to kill Eren to move past her oppression. On the other hand, if Ymir was in the pursuit of freedom, this would not be necessary, as the motif of her freeing the pigs from the walls would continue on, aligning with the multiple plot devices such as Eren's desire to end the oppression of the Eldians, that Ymir is the mother of all. In chapter 122, Eren was able to use the founding titan by freeing Ymir's chains in the paths. Thus, she did not require to follow Zeke's royal blood anymore. This would fix another plot hole regarding why Ymir stopped clinging onto life by dying to a spear, and another plot inconsistency regarding Zeke's death being able to stop the rumbling from continuing, as his blood no longer had any ties to it. When both Zeke and Eren were commanding her, she obeyed and went with Eren. The royal blood restrictions vanished. On top of that, we were told that the healing factor of the Titans is linked to the will to live. So how did Ymir lose the will to live if she actually loved King Fritz and her children, as she stated in the original chapter 139? Instead, if the narrative was set up for Eren to complete the rumbling and survive, in chapter 139, Ymir would lose the will to live because she was fed up with a tyrant but was a small child, brainwashed and afraid. So she couldn't let go of the chains until Eren came and freed her by understanding her heart. This is highlighted when Eren says Ymir was waiting for him this entire time, and she isn't a god nor a slave, just a human that was born into the world, which means Ymir has a right to freedom just like any other human, according to Eren's ideological beliefs. With this shift in the story, Eren would no longer have to die by Mikasa's hands for Ymir to free the world from her curse and destroy all titans, as her desire has shifted from reliving her love to actually pursuing freedom for her progeny.